I actually started on Shark Tank, got rejected on Shark Tank, got roasted. Eventually, TikTok actually reached out to me in the TikTok Creative Challenge. That month, I made $7,000, and then I consistently did $30,000 to $40,000 a month. 0 followers, 0 likes, 0 everything. I go live. $1,600 in sales in the first hour. Most of the time, I'm not even requesting free samples. I actually buy the samples so that way I can promote it early and like get a lot of conversions fast. Nothing is ever really saturated. It just all comes down to marketing. You just need to build a couple of systems and you'll be smooth sailing.
What is your highest GMV generated in a month?
500,000.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to TikTok Shop Affiliate Academy, a podcast that uncovers the story and strategy from the top 1% of TikTok Shop affiliates. We have a very special guest today, Chico. What's up, Chico? How you doing, man?
What's up, brother? Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So yeah, Chico is calling in. He has a multiple unique things from, the people that I've interviewed in the past, right? Obviously, he's a male, right? So we don't get that many male creators, but also has a couple brands that he owns as well that he uses TikTok to promote his products and to seeing some success, right? So he's an affiliate, he has his own brands, and he's the male, right? So it's a different perspective that we usually have. So yeah, appreciate you coming in, Chico.
I'm happy to be here, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. As we usually start, like, what was your life before TikTok and TikTok Shop? Like, what were you doing? What were you busy with? And then kind of how you stumbled upon TikTok.
Yeah, so I actually started on Shark Tank. I was on Shark Tank in 2020.
Cool.
And I went on with my brand. It's called Zoom. They're self-balancing electric skates. It's like a hoverboard. And went on there, got rejected on Shark Tank, got roasted. Go watch the episode for anyone who's listening. It's quite a good watch.
Okay.
And I started posting on TikTok because I was like, you know what? This app is blowing up. It's 2020. I was posting on TikTok, just organic videos, me promoting the product. And also I would do live streams. So I would promote the product in 2020 on videos, and then I'd go live immediately after posting, and I'd drive traffic to my Shopify. So that was doing really well. That was like making like 40K a month, I remember back in the day. And then eventually it kind of fizzled out. And so I kind of had to find like something else to do. I started doing delivery driving because my partner and I had split, the one I was on Shark Tank with. So
yeah.
Lost a lot of cash flow, and then I did delivery driving for Uber Eats. Uber Eats, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it work. I always make anything work pretty much.
Right.
And my wife Ashley and I were considering getting engaged and married. So I was like, okay, I really got to make some money because I want to make sure I put a fat ring on her finger so everyone knows that she's married. And I did delivery driving for that like around 2022, and eventually TikTok actually reached out to me in the TikTok Creative Challenge. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but that was basically a program in TikTok where brands could pay, have a certain amount of budget allocated to every month for a campaign. And then creators would be able to sign up for those challenges. And then you as a creator take a commission or a split of the ad spend they put behind your video. So you're really incentivized to make a really good UGC video. So I got invited to it. It was like late 2022. And that's when I got married, December 2022. I spent $30,000 on our wedding in Mexico because that's where my family's from, and because I wanted my Mexican family to be there. And then I had $0 in the bank.
Yep.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to check out this TikTok thing. So TikTok Creative Challenge, I talked to the guy and I said, how much realistically can someone make a month doing this? Because I'm like looking for something. And he said, well, our top guy is earning $60,000 a month. And I said, $60,000 a month from making videos? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, what kind of videos? He's like, oh, he's promoting games, dating apps, casinos, like UGC content. And I'm like, wow. I was like, okay, put me in touch with that guy and I'll just like soak him up.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with him, and I remember it was 2023, February. I barely had anything, couldn't pay rent. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was praying to God. I was like, please, Lord, help me out. And that month I made $7,000, which was way more than enough to cover for rent that month. The
Yeah.
next month I did 9,000. The month after that did 16. The next month after that did 25. And then I consistently did $30,000 to $40,000 a month in 2023.
Yeah.
So that's what life was like before TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
right?
you're back. That was some. I'll pause here because I want to dissect so much. So you saw you're on Shark Tank, and that was a failure, but you still kind of like, I mean, failure as in you didn't get any funding, right, or any investment, but you still use it as, you know, a huge part of your strategy going forward, your marketing strategy. Like now you can use Shark Tank in all your images and say you're on Shark Tank, so that's huge, right? So you turn that kind of down into an up for sure, right? I love that. And then also like your kind of like back against the wall mentality, like, you know, very beginning, you know, there's everyone that I've seen that's successful on TikTok Shop, there's like a little bit of back against the wall kind of story where it's like I had no choice, or like I was, you know, spending, I had credit card debt or whatever it may be, and then had a calling to TikTok Shop where I saw this opportunity and I went for it, right? So I love that as well. But yeah, okay, so you made that money. Was that just from, that wasn't from TikTok Shop, right? And affiliate commissions. That was just flat fees. Like as a UGC creator,
Yeah.
these brands would reach out to you and say, hey, can you make this amount of videos for this amount of money? Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. So actually there wasn't flat rates. It was just like percentage. So
Okay.
if a brand spent $10,000 on your ad, usually that's about 1 million views.
Yeah.
You as a creator would take about 10 to 12% of that. So you'd make $1,000, and then TikTok would actually pay bonuses if you would hit that $1,000 within the first 30 days.
Got it.
So you're really just making commissions essentially. But it was just UGC content. It was more UGC content.
Yeah. So you just need to make it good enough for them to put ad dollars behind it, right? So either they're going to test big,
looks
or
good hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's going to test well. Either they put a lot of money testing, or it proves itself out and it's getting the ROAS and return. Would you find that it's more of testing, or was there actual results and ROAS money made from your ads that you made?
Right. Yeah. Because you as a creator, you could actually see the commission, or not the commissions, the conversions.
Yep.
So a lot of them would test like early on. Okay, let's throw $100, a couple $100, and so you would see a spike in your earnings and then immediate drop off.
Yep.
But if you see a spike in your earnings and then you look at the conversions and the conversions is doing well,
yep,
you as a creator could expect, okay, this is a good one. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of just, and then that kind of takes its toll. So, or kind of take its course and improves over time. Okay. So now you're kind of making good money as a UGC creator, let's call it. And for brands that are making ads, how did you stumble upon TikTok Shop?
Yeah. So I stumbled upon TikTok Shop because after going on Shark Tank, we have a big Facebook group of all the Shark Tank companies.
Yep.
And so thanks to Tiffany Crumans, the first pilot episode, she's the very first Shark Tanker to go on Shark Tank ever. She started that group. And so she kind of invites every new Shark Tanker into the group, and everyone is kind of there to just like create and build a community to, you know, help each other. Because we're not really in competition. We all are in different niches, different industries. And so someone in the group was like, hey guys, like I just found out about this TikTok Shop thing. And I'm like, TikTok Shop? I was like, that makes sense. Like one platform for like the conversion, like no load time, no, you know, entering credit card. It just one click buy pretty much.
Yep.
And it was in beta. So this was in 2023, April. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, can you like hook me up with TikTok Shop? And he said, yeah, I'll give you the email of the guy. So he gives me the email of the guy, and I messaged the guy. I don't hear anything back. So I pounded the guy's email like day after day, because
this is someone internal to TikTok, right? Someone on the seller side of things.
Yep, exactly. Okay. I pounded him like just email after email after email, and he's like, okay, what's up? You know, like I was like, I just need access. I was like, I can figure everything out on my own. Just like give me, like whitelist me in, whatever. So he's like, oh, okay, sounds good. And TikTok Shop was very early at that stage, 2023, April.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then just for everyone, it didn't officially launch to the wide audience until October or November of 2023, right? So this is like really kind of when they're starting to get the idea and get the ball rolling, reaching out to affiliates, reaching out to brands. So this is like first beta.
Yeah, it was. So I was excited because I'm like, oh, I can bring back my company, Zoom, because it wasn't essentially doing anything. I was just sitting on some inventory, and I was just more focused as a UGC creator. I was like, okay, where
Wow.
the cash is, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I threw up my listing. I made it like an Amazon listing pretty much,
Mhm.
and I literally got it submitted. It got accepted the same day. The same day, I go live from the brand account. 0 followers, 0 likes, 0 everything.
Mhm.
I go live the first day going live because I knew I went live in the past in 2020 and
Mhm.
2021. I go live, $1,600 in sales in the first hour.
Mhm.
And I wasn't used to doing live as much as I was before, so I like
Yeah.
stopped it, but I freaked out. I was like, "Are you kidding me? $1,600?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I have to go live again." So I go live the next day, $3,000 in sales. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I go live the next day, 3,000, the next day, 3,500, next day, 5K. I kept going until I hit 100K month just from live streaming. And I was like, "Okay, this is it." But then I sold out of all the product.
Yep. Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, what do I do? Do I keep being UGC and just kinda take all the money I just made,
Yeah.
or do I go, do I fund this and, like, take the risk?" Because, you know, being a business owner, it's a lot of risk,
Yeah.
storage, shipping, inventory, tariffs, fees, everything.
Yeah, let
And I
me
was
pause you there because at this point, you're sitting on all this inventory, and your mind, I'm sure, is saying, I have this tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory just sitting here for months and months on end." And I'm sure you're just like, "I'll do anything just to get rid of this." And you found this way to get rid of it, but it's also not even just getting rid of it, but now you're making money, right? So now you have to make a new decision. Like, do I continue to pursue this brand, this product, at this high cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory, or do I kind of cash out, like, thank God I just sold all my products, let me sit on this cash or reinvest it in something else, right? And so you're at this point, what'd you do?
Yeah, so, it was around, like, July. I had
Mhm.
one friend I had 2 friends invested. One was a loan,
Mhm.
and, he was having a baby.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Okay, I'm just gonna give my friend all his money back." I'm not
Mhm.
gonna, you know, keep investing because I don't know. What if this was just a lucky hit, you know?
Right. Right,
And
right,
then
like, can I do it again?
yeah, exactly. And so then, I had another friend invested, and he's like, "It was probably just lucky. Like, this is such an old trend. Like, I'll take my money out." I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
cool." So then I'm like sitting on less cash. So what I
Mm.
did was I just was like, okay. It was around July. Yeah, July. Alibaba reaches out to me. They're doing their conference called Co-Create. And they said,
Mhm.
"Hey, we've been seeing your live streams," because for reference, my live streams were always around 1,500 to 2,000 concurrent viewers. So that's how
Mhm.
many people were just like physically in there with me.
Really? Wow.
And then one of my peak times was about 7,000, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And this was
You're
all
probably the
organic.
only one doing lives at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was all organic. And Alibaba, someone at Alibaba at the partnerships had seen me, and they said, "Hey, we see you're really skilled in live streaming. Can you live stream for our Co-Create conference in Las Vegas?" I said, "Sure." So I go. They pay me and they do all that, and I was doing it, and I would just kind of interview people, kind of like you're doing here with me, but just like live. The person's right next to me,
Okay.
and one of the founders there was mostly founders and e-commerce entrepreneurs. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey, we're the top, 100 sellers on Amazon." I was like, "Oh, you guys must be incredible." He's like, "Yeah, like 100 million a year." I was like, "That's amazing." And so I interviewed him and he loved my energy and he was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I do TikTok and creator and I have a business, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I should go through with it." He's
Yeah.
like, how good does a business do?" I was like, "Well, last month I did $100,000 in live streaming." He's like, "What?"
He's like, why are you even debating this idea? Like, gotta go
Yeah.
in. Right?
And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I just, I don't wanna take the risk." And I
Yep.
don't know, it's kinda, I got rid of the inventory, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, send me your numbers, like, send me your Shopify, Amazon, everything." He's like, "Let me just take a look at it." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." And then he walked away, and he's like, "Let me be your shark," and he walked away.
Mhm.
And I was
Okay.
like, "That's funny he said that."
Yeah.
So, I sent him everything, and I'm like, "You know what? This wasn't something I was thinking about, but I mean, I had a 50/50 partner before, so why would I not just have another 50/50 partner? Like,
Yeah.
especially someone who's really skilled on Amazon,
Yep.
and I'm skilled on TikTok." So, looked at the offer and then kind of negotiated a little bit,
Yep.
went back and forth, and then I took the deal. And so
Nice.
basically it's an offer where we'll pretty much have unlimited inventory because, you know, he has a good amount of cash with
The
what
bank.
he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can always fund as long as I increase demand or I can have affiliates help increase demand, there's always going to be inventory.
Love
So
it. What was the capital investment you needed to get it running? Because I know owning my own brand before, it was hundreds of thousands of dollars, and your price point for your product is $200, right? Or in the multiple
Yep.
$100 range. So it's like, I imagine that invoice of 1,000 or 5,000 units is in the hundreds of thousands of range. You don't have to give me exact numbers.
Yeah, no, I can give you numbers. I mean, it's about
Units and
$300,000
yeah, $300,000 for how many units?
for 3,200 units for a full container.
Yeah, so 3,200 units, $300,000. Can you?
Yeah.
So it's like at this point, it's like you're kind of newly engaged. You're kind of relieved that you got that inventory. Now it's like, okay, well, do you want to sign up for $300,000 of 3,000 units
I
to sell?
definitely did not want to. Yeah.
Right. And so that's kind of like a little bit painting of a picture of like the situation you're at. Right. And I was actually in the same scenario. And that's why I actually sold my Amazon business before. I had a newborn. And you know, the sales were going well, but then I was presented with a case where like someone was willing to buy my Amazon business. So I'm like, and I'm carrying $200,000 of inventory. And Amazon, I don't know if you guys know, but Amazon back in the day was kind of like the wild, wild west. And they could take down your listing without any warning and just kind of kick you up the river without any recourse, right? So if they deem your listing to be, you know, not great, or, you know, they could take you off and now you're holding this $200,000 of inventory. And so like I did that risk for a little bit and it was great. But someone wanted to buy the inventory and I was like, okay, I'll sell it. Right. So yeah, the life of an entrepreneur, kind of just figuring out like what's the best for the brand. So
Right.
yeah. Okay. So you got that financial partner. You have your hoverboard. So for those that aren't aware, you know, the hoverboard with 2 feet, this is individual hoverboards for each foot. So it kind of looks like skates, but they're hoverboard in that they operate on their own, right? They kind of move on their own. And so, yeah, you got that funding and now you're like, okay, products and development, products kind of getting manufacturing done. Now you need to create content for that product, right? Talk me through that. Like, how did you kind of start creating content for that brand, or like as a, you know, as a creator for your own product? How did that work?
So we had some supply chain issues. So we never got it in Q4 in time for Q4. I guess also because I didn't sign the deal until 2024.
Okay.
So I was still just doing the UGC content while like, you know, sitting on a contract or negotiating back and forth or whatever. So I actually got started on TikTok Shop because a couple of our top creator friends that were in the TikTok Creative Challenge got on early to shop. And I was like, oh, you know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to spam my account with a ton of ads. You know, like even though I wasn't even posting on my account. Yeah, I was just posting on different brands accounts like Uber and IKEA and like all these brands. So I don't know why I had that thought, but yeah, a couple of our top creator friends were like, yeah, we're doing it early and we're seeing a ton of success. And I was like, holy smokes, they would screenshot the numbers. And I was like, okay, I need to get into this. Like, I don't know why I'm not doing this. So I started around like, I think my first post was like either March or February for TikTok Shop.
2024.
Yeah, 2024. It was just one post because I was still doing the Creative Challenge UGC. And I was like, I'm just going to do a couple posts, see what happens. Funny story. I got gifted. My wife and I wanted a purifier for Christmas. We got gifted it for Christmas. And I was like, let's see if this is on shop. I click and boom, Levoit air purifier is up there. I was like, sweet. There's barely any sold. And I'm just gonna make a video about it. So I just did what I did, like normally.
Your UGC background, right?
Yep. And I was just like, this is an air purifier by Levoit. If you have problems with breathing, with, you know, coughing, sleeping at night, this is going to clear the air. It's going to cleanse it. It's going to get rid of pet dander. It's going to help you breathe better. I just kind of went through that whole script, just off the top of my dome, just what I thought. Posted the video, and then that air purifier made me like $6,000 in commissions. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's my first
number one video.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so now I'm just kind of having my hands in multiple things, right?
Which is fine.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, which is fine. So I started posting a little bit more about shop, not as consistently as I was the other program, but I started posting more consistently like April.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how that got started. But
Nice.
yeah.
Beautiful. No, it's beautiful. And then, you probably also realize like the UGC thing is a little bit more stable per se, right? You've seen it happen time and time again. You've been doing it for a year plus now, and you're like, okay, this is more stable, and you're kind of still testing shop out. So it's rightfully so, do it once in a while. What would you say your mix is at the moment, right? You have three big items, right? Your brands, let's call it just all in one, your brands, your creator, UGC content, and then TikTok shop. What's kind of a split of, let's call it revenue first. Like what's your revenue split?
Yeah. Back then or now?
Now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, so last year my creator business did like $300,000
Yeah.
in commissions. And then so that's profit. And then my other business, not Zoom, but my other business that I started
Mm-hmm.
did about 350 gross.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other business did like 1.2 gross.
Okay.
So
Say like
it,
10%, right?
I
10,
guess it depends on
20%.
profits margins and stuff
Yeah.
because the brands, they have to pay employees, they have to pay
Yep.
affiliate commissions,
Yep.
fees, inventory, all that. So
Mm. Let's call it like
um
10% maybe, or even 5%.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
So like 1.5 million gross on your productized businesses, right?
yeah,
What
yeah.
about your TikTok shop business on as an affiliate?
So as an affiliate, I asked my manager, my TikTok manager. They give you
Mhm.
managers if you're in the Star Creator program.
Mhm.
And I said, "Hey, what did I do last year?" And he said, "Oh, 1.2." And I was like, "Amazing." So
GMV.
GMV, yeah,
Okay, nice. And that's roughly 10, 20%, right?
yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay, yeah. And so yeah, so many questions, but like, where do you foresee your future kind of going towards? Is it, is it whatever the road takes you, or do you like one more than the other? What are you kind of seeing on that aspect of what
Right.
does your future entail?
So I like to talk to my assistant, my AI assistant, ChatGPT. For
Yeah.
anyone that doesn't use it, you got to use it.
Yep.
And I talk to it daily because I just need ideas. I need something to bounce off of. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, where do you see my pitfalls? Like, what am I lacking?" And he's like, "You're an incredible visionary. You have a burn the ships mentality. Even if your back's against the wall, you just keep going further. You just leave the other ships behind."
Yep.
And he said, "You just need to build a couple of systems and you'll be smooth sailing."
Okay.
So ever since I was a kid, I picked up a camera around 6 years old. And my first camera was a VVTAR camera.
Hmm.
And I've always been enamored with TV and film. So I knew, like, as a kid, I wanted to be on camera and entertain people. Like, it was
Yep.
always just like that dream in me. And now I know my 6-year-old, 7-year-old self would be so proud of Chico today, of
Right.
who he is today.
Love it.
And so I know where I'm supposed to be is like on camera, in film, in TV, not TV. I mean, maybe TV. I don't know. Whoever's
Yeah.
watching, hit me up. But yeah, so I know, like, I'm very media centric, what I
Yeah,
do.
that's one of your pillars. That's your North Star that you want to go to. It's like being
That's
in
the
front of the
North
camera
Star.
and sure.
So
Yeah.
if I can drive impressions and traffic to my businesses with my own live streaming abilities and videos,
Mhm.
let's keep it going. But how can we build a system to teach maybe a couple others to just do that for us? So that way I can
Mhm.
kind of, focus on who I am as a creator. So I think I want to focus like as a creator because it's just cash heavy. You just get
Mhm.
cash. There's no
Profit, no
overhead,
investment, no
no
money up front.
investment. Yeah,
Yeah. You're not putting $300,000 down on inventory that's gonna sit for a year or
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you like the create, and then I actually, as you're talking right now, there's a lot of kind of light bulbs that are going on in my mind, right? So we have the community affiliate academy HQ, and there's a lot of affiliates in there. And one of the things I want to do is connect successful affiliates like yourself with newbie affiliates, right? They don't really know a style that they are, they don't have something that works for them. They're kind of struggling to find their footing in the affiliate world, right? So connecting those affiliates with successful affiliates and kind of creating a relationship there. Whether it be, an idea I had is like a boot camp. So, Chico's 2-week boot camp learn how to create affiliate videos like him, sign up and join, right? Something like that. Or something like maybe on a smaller range is audits, right? So Chico's audits, and you can go to Chico and he'll give you, feedback on what the videos you're making, right? So that's what I want, like a big plan that I have for the community, is like connecting
Wow.
successful affiliates with, people who are looking to make some moves.
Dude, yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then kind of like what you're talking about, it's like you want to have affiliates make content for your products, right? You are making that content. Well, let's have a subset of affiliates make that content for you. So, kind of like a boot camp feel, right? Like, who wants to sign up for Chico's boot camp? The requirements are you're going to have to make X number of videos, but you're going to get tutelage, daily tutelage, right? So something like that. I
Yeah,
can definitely see us connecting in the future on that. So hit me up.
that'd be amazing. Yeah, for sure, brother.
Cool. Okay. So you got all these items. I mean, that was great. I would say one question I have in here, you've received amazing success in your kind of UGC creator space and TikTok shop affiliate space, but like, I want to go down into like your strategy, video making style.
For sure.
What type of style works best for you?
Yeah.
What do you like focus on in your TikTok shop affiliate videos?
Yeah. I mean, if you go to my account, you'll see I do a ton of different styles.
Yeah.
I'd really just like to be myself. So
Okay.
anybody that talks to me, I usually tell them, hey, do what you can to find your true voice, like
Mhm.
who it is about yourself. Because if you're selling, if it feels like you're reading off a script, somebody, they're just gonna. We can all sense that. We know
Mhm.
the BS
Yeah.
right up, And so I have a few different styles. One of the styles that I use is I bought the Meta glasses, and
Mhm.
it's like only $300. And I would just go into stores and just like ask them, like, I had a video pop off for Fantic. It was like an air compressor. I
Mhm.
just go in. People are like, "Oh, you have to pay for air, or you don't have to pay for air. The gas station will give it to you for free." So I put
Mm.
on my glasses, record, so that way I'm not like holding up my phone like this. So they're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, what are you doing? Can you turn on the compressor? And why are you recording me?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It's weird.
it was kind of more just like it's on my eyes, and I'm recording. We're
Yeah.
outside, we're doing the thing. Hey, can you turn on the air? Oh no, you got to pay for it. Oh, okay. You can't turn it on. People are telling me that you can turn it on. Nope,
Yeah.
you got to pay for it. Okay. And I flip the camera. I'm like, guys, like this
What
is
you
why you
need.
need this thing right here. You got to pay for air anyways, so pay for this. Plus, if you're in an emergency situation, out in the wild on the hill, in mountain, you don't have a gas station nearby. You got this in your car. So
Yeah.
that's one style.
So
Another
like
style.
interview, kind of like real world asking questions with Meta glasses in a first person perspective. And then now you have that negative side of that interview. And now you kind of sell your product at that point. Like, oh, this is what people told you, but this is actually the case, and kind of framing the sale through Meta glasses
Exactly.
videos. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that kind of helps with the concern, like, I don't know, address, because I did sales like right after college, but like for 6 months and then I quit. But I remember what I learned from that was like, how can you overcome objections?
Yep.
People always have objections in your comments. Well, the best way to do it is just go and show them, don't tell them, go and show them.
Hmm.
So that's one of my styles. Another style I like to do, not as much recently, but it's kind of skits, and it's with one of my good buddies,
Mm.
who I just got onto a shop not too long ago, and he's making some good commissions. But
Nice.
he him and I just like come up with these script ideas, and we're just like, oh, okay, let's try this. So there was you know a video going around about these steel toe shoes,
Yeah.
and I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, my boss almost fired me for wearing these running shoes or
In
whatever.
the comments, you saw it in like other comments.
Well, actually, other videos. I saw like what was
Ah,
coming up on my For You page, and I was like,
got it.
I can make a video like that, but let me go find like a excavator. So
Yeah.
we went driving around our town, and I saw an excavator like on the side of the road. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're gonna go there. So we went, and I jumped on the excavator. I was like, hurry! I don't know like who's
Okay.
watching, and I was like, just yell at me, be really mean, like
Yeah.
curse, and then I'll like, you're mad that I have these shoes on, but then I show you like they're not dangerous or whatever. They're
Yeah.
actually safe. Did that video that did like 14 million views,
Yep.
and it was insane. And it was just a skit. It was just like he was the bad, mean boss, and I
Uh-huh.
was like the typical employee, blue collar that had this shoe that, solves the problem. That more comfortable, breathable. It's not tied around your ankle, you know, like a work steel toe boot. So that's another
Right.
style. It's
So
the
you just,
skip.
yeah, you have a lot of different styles that you have. You know, I see another one that you have. It's like going into the store and kind of comparing pricing as well, right?
Yep, that's another one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you have, okay, one question I want to ask you, and this is what I get a lot, but like being your authentic self, right? How would you suggest for people to be their authentic self? Is it a frame of mind of who they're talking to? Is it, how do you connect? You know, sometimes you get that nervousness in front, you don't know how to do it, but like, what do you try to do to be your authentic self when you're creating these TikTok shop videos?
Right. I mean, I just think about who I am around my friends and like,
Okay.
am I going to act like that around my friends? Or
Okay.
even if I'm like, you know, calling them on the phone or FaceTiming, like, am I going to talk to them like this? So I try to make it feel like I'm organically talking about a product. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I found this donut, dude. This donut tastes insane. And I'm like eating the
Yeah.
donut.
Yeah.
Like, I would do that. Like, that's how I
Yeah.
normally would talk about food. So I guess like just try and like note and take down those moments that you are authentically yourself, like
Right.
in real world scenarios. You're out with your
Right.
friends, you're out with your girls, you're out with your boys, and you're like, you guys are out to eat and you're eating food, and you're like, okay, am I like overly ecstatic about this? Like, oh my gosh, or am I just like,
Yeah.
this tastes wow, this tastes amazing. You know, and if
Right.
that's your authentic reaction, like just go with the authentic reaction because people are gonna feel the authenticity more.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and I've been doing it for like a while. You know,
Yeah.
I
A
made,
couple of years now.
yeah, a couple of years, and I made YouTube videos when I was like 10 years old, you know. So I don't know, like
No, but that was great. I think to summarize, it's like, who are you talking? What's your persona when you're talking to your friends? Is it like you said, someone who's super excited about things, which I've seen a lot of affiliates work, or is it someone kind of like cool, calm, and collected, and kind of talking about it and kind of showing the benefits in that round? So
yeah,
yeah, a lot of different stuff. And then kind of like, how do you know what style to do for each product that you have? Is it, you know, kind of call out to you? Is something you think about beforehand? Is it like you turn it on and then, you know, you
yeah,
figure it out?
for sure.
What's your style kind
So
of
if you're already
breakdown?
an affiliate, you can see like the commissions, the free samples or whatever. But if you
Yep.
scroll down more, you can see like top selling videos. So
Yep.
normally I'll just take a gander at that and see like, is there a certain style across the board of these top selling videos that's working?
Yeah.
Or do I need to implement one of my owns? Because like if it's all mixed up, then I'll implement something that I normally do. But if there's something that's like working, then like I don't need to rethink the wheel. I just need to like do a similar style that is already working. So that's kind of how I
Yeah.
think about it.
Okay. So you kind of see a product you might be interested or have, you take a look at the videos that are existing on it and kind of see if there's a connection there, right? If it's like, oh, wait, I can do that. I have done that. Then it's easy, like, okay, let's do the videos for this product.
Correct. Yeah. And
Cool.
if it's a brand new product and there hasn't been like
Yeah.
videos about it before, what I'll normally do is I'll go to the search tab on TikTok and let's say it's just for, you know, like a beard trimmer. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just type in beard trimmer and I'll just go, I won't even do shop videos. I'll just do top videos and I'll hit the organize function, like the three dots,
Uh-huh.
and I'll do it organized by most liked within the past like 6 months or
Oh,
past
okay.
year.
So you
So
had a
then I'm
time
looking at
element.
like, what did someone like organically say about this beard trimmer that I could organically say myself, but make it into a shop video?
In a shot video.
And
Okay, yeah, so you
even if
use
it's not
organic
the same beard
content.
trimmer. What
Yeah,
was
so
that?
I was just say you use, take a look at the organic content that's being created. Where are the views at? Where are the likes at in this, you know, recent time period? And kinda cut and paste that, add your own flair into TikTok shop videos.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's great. Um, okay, moving on to the next portion. We're gonna take a look at one of your videos and let it play, and we are going to comment on it afterwards. So this is again, this is your product, which is electric skates, and we'll be on our way.
I just got the viral electric hoverboard skates from TikTok on a flash sale. Let me show you what they're all about. So basically how they work, all you have to do is simply turn it on. It kicks up, it balances on its own, and wherever you apply pressure, that's where it goes. At first, I was skeptical of riding them, but when I step on, it's seriously like I'm just standing normally. Then all I have to do is just apply pressure, and I can literally just skate across the ground like this. You can ride it both indoors, outdoors, on hardwood floor. It hasn't scratched my surface or anything. And honestly, these things are super fun. I think this is going to be the Christmas gift of the year. Tap below to get them while they're on flash sale. Just got the viral.
Cool. All right. So yeah, it's just you skating around your house, your apartment with these skates. And but yeah, why do you think it did so well?
Well, the hook is crazy. I mean, if you really look at the bottom of the screen, I'm wearing short shorts and my legs look crazy. And then there's another image in that shot that's like got people going wild in the comments. It's
Yeah,
like
what is that?
you got the short shorts splitting me right down the middle there. So you
Okay.
gotta I mean, you know
Use
what-
your imagination. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of calling out the obvious, right?
So it was actually funny how we just backstory to this, and I'll get into it.
Yeah.
How we created this video. My friend that I got on Shop, he wasn't having any successful days. He was started in March of
Okay.
24 last year. Yeah. And I said, dude, just come over to my studio because I just rented. We got a new apartment just to do only TikTok Shop videos for, because
Okay.
it's just filling up our house like crazy. And I just come to the studio, and we're gonna make 100 videos in 2 days so we can prep for BFCM, Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And that video was like one of like 91 or like 95 out of all the videos, and we were just absolutely drained from
Yeah.
that 2-day push. We did
Yeah.
100 videos in 2 days, and I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was like 11 p.m., maybe midnight at that
Yeah.
time. And I'm like, I just have a thought. I have short shorts split me down the middle. I don't know. Maybe this will work. And so I said, I just got the viral electric hoverboard skates. So that was interesting. I didn't say I just got the Zooms, the electric skates, because nobody knows what Zoom is.
Yeah, it's not brand associated yet.
So electric hoverboard skates, that sounds interesting. Hoverboard skates, that's interesting on its own. But then you got this really interesting image of short shorts splitting you down the middle. So that's going to engage people. That's going to make people comment about it. And so, I mean, that hook, that visual alone, the skates are visually interesting. Like you have two different things underneath your feet. It's not a normal hoverboard. So it's like, okay, what is going on here? So it's going to keep you interested. I just got the viral electric hoverboard skates from TikTok. Let me show you what they're all about. So basically how they work, and I start showing it like, I'm in 0.5, like a really stretched out camera lens. Everyone usually has 0.5 on their phone. And I'm just showing you, here's how it works. You power it on, you kick it up, it balances on its own. Wherever you apply pressure, that's where it goes. And so I'm just talking about the product. And then I thought about a common customer objection that most people tell me, even when I'm writing them out in the street, or like sometimes I see in the comment, oh, I would fall on that thing. I would break my neck. I would break this. I'm like, no, you actually wouldn't, because they're self-balancing. They do most of the balancing for you. So I said, so I was a little skeptical at writing them at first.
Right.
But because they are self-balancing, they actually made it really easy for me to do it. And so now I can skate indoors, outdoors, everywhere else. And there's a few other visual things I did. I kept the long legs in the shot and the other shot. And I also made sure the studio was super dirty. So a lot of people commented about that, like clean your apartment, clean your house, clean this, clean that. So there's a lot of interesting visual things happening there. And then at the very end, I pushed them really hard.
Right.
This is going to be I think this is going to be the Christmas gift of the year. Make sure you get them below while it's on flash sale right now.
Right.
So
It's a heavy call to action,
Heavy
and
call
time sensitive with Christmas.
Yeah,
Gift buying, etc.
exactly. So we have a very interesting visual product. Okay. And we also have a very interesting shot, like it
Eye grabber.
people are like, this guy's wearing short shorts. This guy's this guy's that. Some people loved it. I'm like, okay, like, whatever works.
I love it.
And then we had we had a little like product demo, and then we overcame an objection, and then we skated like on the carpet, on the hardwood floor. People think, oh my gosh, it's going to scratch my floors. Nope, I'm on my hardwood floor right now, no scratches.
Yeah.
This
So
is
a lot
gonna
of things I took over from that, it's like it goes back to your sales history, but dealing with objections, right? And being associated with the product for so long, you already know what all the objections are. So you want to make sure you include that in the video, or some of them in the video, right?
Yeah.
Of let's call it like engagement farming, or kind of creating a video that incites, reactions and comments. Do you do that for every single video? Is that a thought process that you have? Like, how do you go about kind of making videos to either farm or kind of get more engagement? Is it something you do for every video? You have to make sure, or some, or it flows naturally? What's your thought process?
Not every single video.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be seen like as a troll or,
Yeah.
as like untrustworthy. Because I want people to purchase from me. Like if I can build that top of funnel awareness, I also want to make sure I grab the bottom of it as well.
Yeah.
So not every single video am I doing that, but sometimes I do. Like I have things on in the background. I have something interesting. Like, did you guys catch that? I'll comment from another account, like my wife's account or something. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was in that shot. And people are like, what? So they have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So you do a little bit in kind of whatever it makes sense, but not every single video, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Nice, dude. Okay. Yeah, I guess let me see if there's any other questions. Yeah, I love it. So what would you say? Like, I see a lot of your videos are around your product, which is rightfully so, but like, how do you pick what other products to promote? Like, is it something you just like using? Like, what do you use as a barometer for, evaluating these other products as a TikTok Shop affiliate?
Right. So first of all, I want to make sure it's something I can confidently speak on, not something I can just BS,
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like, again, people can catch that, they know when you're not authentic. Second, I also am just kind of normally, like, how my day starts, I'm just kind of, I get up, check my numbers, and then I'm scrolling like the For You page and like, what is TikTok serving me right now, immediately? And do I have those samples? Are they serving me the skates? Are they serving me water bottle? Are they serving me these gummies? Are they, what's being served to me right now?
Got it.
So I'll take a look at that. I'll save a couple of videos, and then I'll see like what's on my to-do list too, because there's also, as a star creator, what they call it, there's a merchandising strategy. They give you like a ton of free samples and put you in a ton of different campaigns and stuff like that. And so there's also stuff from that. So if I seek samples from the campaign, I'll be like, what's interesting? Is there something that's new that's bringing fresh light to an industry? But I realize that not most everyone's in that program. So let me speak to like trying to find products that are,
as affiliate.
Yeah, as an affiliate. So I guess like, scrolling the For You page, what are some people promoting right now? And then also looking at the brand, like maybe it's a popular brand. So for example, I was a top affiliate for Prime Bites. They're like these protein brownies. And they came out with a new flavor. So everyone usually likes a new flavor, new this, new that. So, I make sure to grab it, because most of the time I'm not even requesting free samples. I actually buy the samples because I just want to make sure I'm first to making the video, because if I can be first, I can usually get a lot of that traffic, a lot of that conversion first before anyone else starts flooding it. So either I'll buy it or I'll reach out to the team, if they got Discord groups or whatever. But I see like, okay, what brands have I performed with in the past? And if they have a new and upcoming launch, how can I get on that early so that way I can promote it early and like get a lot of conversions fast?
Get ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah.
I really love what you said. I don't think I've heard it before, but taking a look at your For You page and what is TikTok serving you right now, because if you think of it like algorithmically, like they're serving it to you, they're pushing that on you, they're probably pushing that on other people, right? There's a algorithm that's pushing that to you, so follow that algorithm, right? And so if you make a video that supplements that product or that category, then it's like maybe TikTok is focusing on that today versus like other days, right? And it changes day to day, hour to hour, but the sooner you can get on it, day of type feel, the better. So that's one thing I take away. I like that.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So much to learn. Yeah. Thanks for sharing all this stuff, man. It's
I'm happy. Keep firing away, man. I mean, I want a ton of people to be successful. Like, I'm trying to get my family on this. I'm trying to get, there's like the cool thing that I've learned being an entrepreneur and a creator is like nothing is ever really saturated. Nothing. It just all comes down to marketing. And my favorite case study is Liquid, or not Liquid, Death.
Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. Yeah, I was thinking Liquid IV, and I was like, that's something. Yeah, Liquid Death. They became a multi-billion-dollar company selling water in a can. It's all about angles, right? It's all about marketing. Okay, it's like, I think it's called the blue ocean strategy. You know, if you're in a big, vast blue ocean, and you got all these fish in there, oh man, it's done. You know, like nobody. You know, I'm gonna go try something else. TikTok Shop is flooded. It's got way too many people in it. Like the top 1% are making most of the money. Blah 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 blah. No, it's all about, you know, just having that mindset. Like you can change the angle as long as you have that different marketing approach. It's never really saturated. So Liquid Death, I don't know when they started. I think it was probably 2010, maybe earlier than that. But they became a multi-billion-dollar company selling water. You can all source water, man. Local lake, river, just filter it and put it in a can. And some guy over there was just like, I'm gonna sell it in a can. And like, I'm sure everyone told him, like, dude, you got
What are you doing here?
Dasani, you got all these brands. PepsiCo, like, probably owns all of it. You're gonna go up against PepsiCo.
Yeah.
You're gonna go up against all the top 1% affiliates and start this? Like, no, don't do that. That's ridiculous. You're gonna look dumb. You're gonna look crazy. Just don't listen to that. Like, block that noise. And like, I promise you, like, there's so much room for everybody at the table.
Yeah. So what you said, you kind of help your family and friends get on TikTok Shop. What are kind of the first, you know, a lot of the listeners to this podcast are in kind of that newbie area as well. Like, what are your kind of top 3 things or top things that you tell your friends and family on TikTok Shop? What are some strategies?
So family's a little bit harder to get on it.
Yeah. Well, friends and family, whoever's new.
My friends. But I tell them, hey, first of all, find somebody that like you really relate to, that like that's an affiliate, that you feel like you can like almost copy them, like, you know, 1-to-1. You know, is it like this super fast paced, crazy hype guy, or is it this really chill, stay at home moms, very sweet, you know, or is it somebody else? Find somebody that you can relate to. Like, okay, I see myself in that person. We're very similar. We like the same things. We talk the same way. So find that person and then just study the heck out of them. What are they doing? Every single video, every hook, every mid part of the section, and every call to action. What are they doing? Write it down. Like, legitimately, if you want to be successful at this, write it down. Write down every single thing about it. Put it into a big Google Doc, and you know, just depends on how hard you want it. I would do, if it was me, I would do 100 scripts, and I would take those 100 scripts and I'd serve it to my chat GPT. I'd give it to AI and be like, hey, analyze this text, analyze this tone, analyze the style of this, and let's create something here. You know, help me generate some new scripts for, you know, this faja or this bra or this tank top or this dress, you know, things like that. So that's number 1, is find someone that's going to, that you can mimic, or that you're very close to, you know, that you see yourself in. Number 2 is find your true voice. All right. So find your true voice, whatever that voice is, however you speak to family, friends on FaceTime, always make sure you're authentically going back to that voice. And number 3 is just be consistent forever, because I heard someone say it on TikTok, I think a week ago. He said, in college, we had to go to college for 4 years. When you come out of college, you have to come out 2 years just to get good at a skill. You know, so college, 4 years to get the skill, 2 years to get the skill when you're working. So if it takes 4 years to get a skill in college, if you can't be consistent every day for a year in this, the affiliate game, the affiliate marketing, then it's probably not for you. But if you can, if you see the light at the end of the tunnel, even if you have the worst days ever, but you can just always consistently show up no matter what. Don't even look at the views. You're not in 300 view jail. Your content either sucks or it'll get pushed out later. That's what happens with me. Like, every single video I post, 300 views, 400 views, whatever. I don't even look at it. I just keep going.
What you said, consistency. I love that. the 3 parts, and the third part being consistency. But what does that look for you? How many videos per day? What's your goal? That you like
so it kind of, I mean, changes every now and then, because again, I am writing my 2 brands. We are trying to systemize them right now, but Yeah, I shoot for like 5 videos on my main account and
Yeah.
then like at least 1 on my alt account.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
that's what I shoot for.
one thing I also wanted to say, you mentioned it earlier in the interview, but batching, right? You essentially told me you had a 2-day kind of lock yourself
Yeah,
in your
yeah, yeah.
apartment. Like, how do you implement or kind of kind of put that into your system of creating videos? Is that something you do often? Is that like a one-off thing? How do you have those like 200 video minimum kind of sessions integrated into your day to day?
Yeah, so realistically, I think I need to do it more often,
Okay.
but yeah, I kind of, if I just get a ton of samples and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. These are
Yeah.
all due really soon. Let me just batch film. And normally it can take me like a couple of hours to 3 hours to film, like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, 30 videos or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I should implement it more into my system. But as long as I always try to put it this way, as long as it's a quality video, like
Hmm.
I'll post it. If it's not, I'll look at it in my drafts and I'll be like, okay, I'm not even convinced. I'm just gonna go reshoot this.
Yeah.
So, but it is kind of like going to the gym. When you go to the gym, if you do enough curls, if you do enough
Yeah.
repetitions, you're gonna start getting better. Like anytime you just turn the camera on, you
Right.
can organically, naturally, authentically speak about this water bottle. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this water bottle. Okay, guys, this is a crazy water bottle. It has this little wicks inside. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Like
Yeah.
you start getting so good at it because you're so consistent that you can batch and just like make hundreds of videos in a day. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Awesome info that you shared. Kind of approaching the last part of the interview here, the rapid fire round. But handful of questions and you just answer as best as you can. What is your highest GMV generated in a month?
500,000.
Nice. And this was
That was on my brand account. So then on my creator account it was like 220,000.
nice. Okay. So that's amazing. And being a business owner, my next question is kind of like, did you buy anything cool? But I already know the answer is kind of like reinvested into the business, right?
So I did buy a truck that gets a lot of hate. It's a Tesla truck,
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
I bought that last year, but it actually was a really good tax write-off. It's helping me out a lot this year.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of the heavy vehicle tax write-off, right? You could just,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Cool.
my only cool thing that I bought.
Yeah, love it. Okay. What's one piece that you answered this a little bit, but what's one piece of advice you wish you had when you first started as an affiliate?
I think it would just be like, you're going to make it. You are really talented and gifted at videos. You are going to make it. So
Okay. So just
if you know that
instill that
internally,
confidence.
yeah, it's that confidence. If you know that internally, if someone has told you before, then you're going to make it. You'll be fine.
Cool. What's one thing that you think you can improve on as a TikTok shop affiliate?
Just building a better system, better schedule for the as a creator.
Yeah. Do you have it in your calendar now, or is it kind of like ad hoc?
No, ad hoc, man. I need to make it 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Work on the creator business, and then 12 to 2 work on the other businesses or something like that.
Yeah. I definitely suggest that. Like, yeah, being a dad and business owner, and juggling all these things, I kind of rely on the calendar, right, and kind of put those 30-minute blocks, or what I need to do during this time. So definitely suggest to try that out and see how it works for you.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
What are some future plans? We touched on this a little bit. You have a lot of kind of you're juggling a lot of balls. Like, what does 2025 look like for you kind of going forward?
Yeah, I'm really bullish on live streaming right now.
Okay.
So I really think it's going to just perform incredibly well in the next 2 or 3 years. Just given the trajectory of what last year did, and then some of these years that this year we're already seeing with affiliates and brands. So super bullish on live streaming. We want to build a studio for Zoom and just have affiliates or creators or someone come daily and live stream for us, because a brand that's doing it really well right now is Comfort Clothing.
Yeah.
And they have multiple affiliates every single day on the account. And I was kind of spying on their GMV and I was like, okay, they're doing good.
Yeah. So lives for upcoming. Yeah. I mean, maybe we can have you on again to talk about lives in particular and how you kind of go about that. So
yeah.
It was great speaking with you, Chico.
You
You
too,
know,
brother.
amazing. Hope you listeners got you know, picked up a lot of things with the conversation with Chico, and appreciate your time today, Chico.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for
All
having
right,
me.
later.